I've always loved the quote from author Joel Barker. It goes something like this: vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision is just passing time. But vision with action can change the world. So I have a question for you. Are you ready to take some amazing action in this next year to realize your dreams and visions for 2022? Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. And stay tuned to the end of this video because I want to share with you a special program that I've created to help you do just that, is to create some breakthrough results in the new year. You know, I believe that each and every one of us has a vision that's born inside of us for what we want to do and what we want to contribute and what we want to experience while we're here on this earth. I think many times it's born very early inside of us. In fact, many of us know it at a very early age. Like for instance, me, I knew that at 5 years old, I was Batman. But then I kind of grew out of that. But then soon after that, I soon realized what I really wanted to do with my life. And I wanted to be a martial arts professional. I don't know why I had that vision. I mean, I didn't really even have that many role models to choose from, but literally over my shoulders are my files, and I could show you an autobiography I wrote when I was 11 saying I started martial arts at 10 and one day I wanted to make it a career. Now the thing about that is many of us have those visions at a very early age. Some don't learn about them or realize them until later, but the fact of the matter is many of us don't take action on those visions. And quite honestly, I almost didn't as well. I mean, even though I wanted to be a martial arts professional school owner, it took me 22 years from when that first came into my consciousness to be able to take the leap to do it. I mean, I had been working in the corporate world, and I had a great job, and while leaving to move into following my dream was incredibly exciting, it was also petrifying for me. And I realized at that time, if it wouldn't have been for some key decisions and a lot of support from a lot of beautiful people in my life, I probably wouldn't have taken the steps because I was in so much fear of making a mistake. So how can we move from fear to fruition in the upcoming year and beyond? Well, not only my own personal life, but also in the clients that I work with, I found that there's basically 5 key steps that we can use to move from that fear to fruition. And that's what I want to share with you now. And I think if you're focused on these and you make these part of something that you want to continue to lean into in 2022, that's when you can have the breakthroughs you desire. So the first one is this, is get clear about what you really want. Get clear about what you really want. Many of us are really clear about what we don't want, right? And sometimes that's a good place to start, because and then take the opposite of it. But the fact of the matter is we either aren't clear about what we want or we're scared to even lean into it. We think it might be too big. We think it might be too hard. We think we might not be good enough to achieve it. But when we get clear about what we really want, it's been my experience that the universe kind of works around to help us in that when we're super committed to what that dream is. So what I'd encourage all of you in these next couple of weeks before we end the year and move into a new year ahead is take some time and just reflect on what's happened in the past, but then get really clear about what you want to create in your life over this next year and beyond. So that's number one. Number two is get clear about your big why. What's the reason that is so important for you to have in your life? See, many of us have a vision, but we don't understand why it's important to us. And what I find is that when obstacles come, one of the first things we can do is we can walk away from those dreams if we're not clear about why they're important to us. But when we're clear about why they're important for us, now what happens is it's a stopgap. It's like, wow, I need to continue here because I need to continue working through this obstacle because this is so important to me, because of the impact I'm going to make on my family or the people that I want to serve or the transformation I want to have in my life. So number 2, get clear about your big why. Number 3 is have a vision of what the impact will be if you don't go for your dream. Now that might sound a little negative, and usually I want to focus on the positive in these videos, but think about that. Get clear about what happens if you don't go for it. You know, what's the impact going to be on you, your family, your business, the people in your sphere of influence? How will you not taking action impact yourself and others, maybe in a negative way? You know, I've always thought it was amazing that when they interview hospice nurses, so they're working with people on their deathbed, one of the things that they'll say to a person is they will say that people on their deathbed don't regret the things they did, they regret the things they didn't do. Let me say that again. They don't regret the things they did, they regret the things they didn't do. So what's the impact if you don't take those steps? Number 4, probably one of the most difficult ones for me, is be willing to ask for help. Be willing to ask for help. There are people that have done the things that we are looking to do, the experiences we're looking to have, and they're right out there. And most of you know people in your current sphere that they have been where you want to go, but what we do is we hold back. We don't ask for the help. We don't ask for the advice. We don't ask for the coaching. Be willing to ask for help, because when you can humble yourself and be vulnerable enough to do that, that's when things can really open up. And then finally, this, number 5, is ask yourself these 3 simple questions. Is number 1, in order to get what I want, who do I have to be? What do I have to become? Who do I have to be as a person? Loving, courageous, confident, trusting. What's the state of being that I need to show up in? Then number 2 is, what is at least one thing I need to do today to get that going? Because when we start with those small actions, they can compound into big results. And then finally, what will you have? If you can be that way and you can do the things necessary to support that way of being, what will you eventually have? And live into that vision, because these things that we're looking for, they don't come to us, they come through us. So be a vessel for that yourself. So there you have, my friends. There are my 5 steps for going from fear into fruition in 2022. And if you're interested in continuing this conversation with me, check the link below and check out the new program that I'm going to be doing to end the year and also begin 2022, that I'm calling the 2022 Strategic Planning Power Package. That's a mouthful. And the way it's going to work in this package is you're going to first get to sit down with me for a 90-minute strategic planning session. You'll do some homework in advance to reflect on your past year. What are the victories? What are the disappointments? What are the lessons learned? And what are some of the limiting beliefs that have held you back? And then from that place, we'll craft a vision for where you want to go in the next year. You'll also leave that session with a 90-day action plan for the first quarter of the year to get yourself ramped up and be in momentum so you can hit the ground running in 2022. Also, as you might imagine, ongoing coaching is important, right? All of us need coaches, I believe. So within this, you'll also get 3 individual one-on-one 45-minute coaching sessions with me to make sure you stay focused, you stay on pace, that keep you capable of achieving what your desires are in 22 and beyond. And then finally, for the first 5 people that enroll, you're going to get immediate access to my online coaching program called the Mind of a Champion online program. So anyway, that is how that whole program would work. And I know from experience, because I've worked with many people in this program before, that it can help you get clear, help you take action, and help you move from fear to fruition in 2022 and beyond. So there you have it, my friends. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for listening to me. Thanks so much for your support throughout the year with this weekly video blog. And this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. And we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.